to another Bitesize Piano lesson. In this jazz lesson, I'm going to give you a hack to improvise over a 2-5-1 chord progression. So I'm going to explain the 2-5-1 chord progression first, and then I will show you the hack that will make for an interesting solo to improvise over the chord progression. If you're more of a beginner, go check my beginner easy jazz improv tutorial. Go and follow that one first, and then maybe come back to this one. So I've linked that down below. So let's dive in. So a 2-5-1 jazz chord progression is like the foundation of what most jazz is based upon. So let's explain that. We're going to be using the key of C major. So we're going to be using all of the white keys in the left hand. So this is referring to the diatonic chords, the 7th chords. So in C major, the 2 is a D. So it's the second note of the scale. So we are going to form the 7th chord based on the notes to the scale of C major, which again is just all the white keys. So this is the first chord, so it's a D minor 7. So the next chord is the 5th, so the dominant 7. So the 5th note of the scale of C major is a G, so we're going to form the 7th chord from G, so it's G, B, D, F, and you'll notice that we're missing a note each time, so this is called stacking in thirds. So that's G, dominant 7, and then the 1 is the C, so C is the first note of the scale of C major. We're going to take that shape and move it to C major 7, so C, E, G, B. So these are the basic chords in all of their root sort of positions. So D minor 7, G7, C major 7. So we have 3 different types of 7th chords there. Minor 7, a dominant 7 and a major 7. Because this jumps around quite a bit, we want to make the left hand a little bit more stationary. So I'm going to use inversions. So we're going to start with a D minor 7 in root position, so D, F, A, C. And then to get to G7, D and F we have in common with D minor 7 and G7. They exist in both of those chords. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the A and C in to G and B. Oops, I'm just moving my other finger out of the way, don't play it like this. And this is an inversion of the G7. So I'm going to play the G7 like this. So we've practiced this transition. And then to get to C major 7, we have G and B as the notes in common with the G7 and C major 7. So I'm going to keep them there. I'm going to change the D and the F to C and E. So this is root position of C major 7. So we've only changed the G7, and then this makes this into like a descending chord progression almost. So typically we have the D minor 7 and the G last for the same amount of time. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the C major 7 is, or the first, is usually double the length. I'm going to play the C major 7 for 4 beats as well, and then I'm going to change the B to an A for another 4 beats. So this gives us a C6, just so we have that sort of 2, 3, 4. So we're adding to that descending feel. So all together we have, so D minor 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, G7, 1, 2, 3, 4, C major 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, C6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Start again. So you need to practice this chord progression in your left hand first, make sure you're comfortable with that, and you can try playing it not looking at your hand, see if you can feel your way around. So hopefully that should be fairly straightforward. So let's look at the right hand then. So like the hack, if you like, that we're going to use over the top of that chord progression. So we're going to be using a minor pentatonic shape, again just on all of the white keys for now. So it's a very distinct shape. So A minor pentatonic is A, you miss a note, 3 notes together, C, D, E, miss a note, and then G. So it's a very distinct shape. So we're only going to play these 5 notes. We're missing out this tritone of a B and an F. So we're going to transpose, if you like, or move this shape into 2 other spots. So we're going to play it in D, so where your thumb is on D, and then we're also going to play it on C. So I'm actually going to start on D, so this is the order I'm going to play it in. So the D, and then the A minor, and then the C. So you could have a go at playing, improvising, or just sort of playing around with those 3 shapes, as long as your thumb aims for D, A, and C, and maintain that shape. Or you could go higher up if you wanted to. You don't have to keep it in the middle. You can vary which octaves you use. So we can have a go at sort of just improvising. You can do this to a metronome or a beat if you want to. And you can practice moving around the scale as well, just playing the notes within each shape. What might sound interesting for the C shape, where your thumb starts on the C, is to add the F sharp in there. So this gives it a more of a modal feel. So this is C Lydian. So a Lydian mode where you sharpen the 4th of a scale, major scale. If you're not sure what modes are, I'm not going to explain them in this video. I've just done a whole separate video, so I've linked that down below as well if you want modes explained to you in a clear way, and we go over all the 7 modes. So you could experiment with the F sharp in there as well. That would give it a bit more flavour and interest. So it would be this shape instead. So then the next step, once you've had a play around with those shapes and moving around the piano with your right hand, then it will be time to try putting that together and just keeping the left hand simple, just holding the chords down. So I don't want to make this too complicated. I'm going to use obviously the D shape with the D minor 7. And then we move that, and then I'm going to play the A shape with the G7 chord. And then the C shape with the C major 7 C6 chord. So it's very much just sort of playing the left hand and then doing something with the right hand, so keeping it for now left, right, left, right. You could just play around with playing a chord, playing around with this for as long as you like, and then changing. And then the next step would be to not just play the left hand first and then the right hand, left, right. You could then experiment with playing notes together at the same time. Remember to check out my other jazz tutorials. I've linked that playlist in the description, and I will see you all in the next lesson. Bye bye. So that's the end of this video. If you would like to leave a request, leave them in the comments section below of this video. I've also left some videos here that I think you might like, so go and check those out as well. I also have a course. Visit Bitesize Piano Course BOOK and you can enroll and start learning how to read music. I'll see you in the next video.